Hello, everyone, and thank you for taking the time to attend this short video announcing a new capability that NewEra software is introducing to add to our family of products in the integrity controls environment. This new application is something called ICEDirect, and it's designed to extend the capabilities and the benefits of products that are already existing, perhaps in your organization, to help you manage your ZOS LPARs. These products are product image focus, a product called the control editor, and a product called the standalone environment. These are the three main products within the integrity controls environment. What I want to introduce to you today is this application, ICEDirect, and its relationship to the image focus product. Image focus is designed to identify any potential risk or problems that exist within an IPL structure and give you out alerts and warnings about that. It creates out quite a bit of valuable information in what we call inspection logs. So what we're going to do is look at using those logs with ICEDirect and other enhancements to allow you to automate the analysis and also to look at it graphically in such a way that everyone can use it. Everyone can see if there's problems, what they may be, identify those, be able to do that through a web-based interface that's got the colors and the charts and that available to them so that they don't have to have familiarity with a 3270 screen. They don't have to have the system's programming background to understand that there's a risk or a problem somewhere within the structure. So what we have with image focus is the ability again to run what we call an inspection. It basically is an analysis of the IPL and the startup structure, or if you prefer, the boot of a ZOS LPAR. It looks at the construction of that, all the elements that would be called during the IPL of that particular LPAR, as well as its most critical subsystems, JES, VTAM, TCP/IP, and all of its subcomponents. And it also optionally can include the startup of your CICS regions. So this gives us the ability to analyze that and understand what we have. This is, again, a great bit of information stored away into these logs. These logs are generated out each time the inspection runs and gives us that evaluation that tells us that there's an issue or a problem lingering somewhere within that structure. It can look at running configurations, non-running configurations, systems that have never been IPL'd or will be IPL'd at the next cycle, whatever target system that you want to identify. These logs, along with the source records, the data sets and the members that's being analyzed, can be stored away and put into what you might want to think of as a data store or blueprints that give us the identity and the values and the status of the LPARs at a particular time when these inspections were processed and run. These logs then and those blueprints become very valuable in us understanding not only the current status of any particular LPAR or SYSPLEX, but also the changes that may have been made to those over time. By pulling these logs together into a central location with a graphical interface is what ICEDirect does. It allows you to centralize those, put them together in any number from 1 to 99 different copies of logs from different LPARs together. Once they're all here, then we have the ability to not only make it easy to see their status and their current issues or problems that may exist, but also compare them to each other and understand the uniqueness of each LPAR and the quality of each LPAR and the purpose and design of each LPAR, and understand whether or not those systems are ready to be used or can be used, or if there's some kind of a lingering problem or a difference that exists between the different LPARs. This is done, as you can see graphically here. We don't have time to go through all of this, but all of these buttons are available and give you the ability to look at this information summarized or analyzed in different areas to make it very easy to understand and interpret the results that's contained within these logs. These logs, again, also have the ability for comparison. So we have the ability to take logs and compare one to the other. And this could be the same LPAR over time. What's the difference from the first of the month to the last of the month? What's the difference between the last IPL and the current IPL? We have the ability to do that on an LPAR by LPAR basis. We can also compare any two LPARs together. So if we have LPAR A and LPAR B, we can compare them and see what's the difference between them. Now, this comparison can be automated as well, and it can be automated with a level of intelligence added to it. That intelligence could determine the profile and the status of each of those LPARs, understand the uniqueness of each one of those, and not compare that because it would be expected to be unique from A to B. But those things that should be common and consistent across both LPARs are items that we'd want to be compared and tell us whether or not there's a variance in those element definitions between the two LPARs. So there's an intelligence built into the comparison as well. And this can be done again over time or across SYSPLEXes or across multiple LPARs, all kinds of different combinations that you could pick. This comparison, if I pick as an example a command member, it gives it to us very clearly and concisely. It tells us exactly what was different between the two targets that we ran. Adds and deletes are identified as well as content changes. Again, very easy for someone just to click on an icon, get the results, and see that something has changed and what has changed, and begin to understand and interpret if there's something that needs to be done or addressed in order to resolve a problem or promote an issue or whatever the current resolution might be for that particular identifying problem that we have in this change record. We also have the ability to take these logs and assemble them together into groups. The reason for this is to allow you to say these number of LPARs, wherever they reside on the same SYSPLEX or across multiple SYSPLEXes, represent one business unit or one geographic location or one area of responsibility, and group them together and then manage those groups as a single entity. So we can now not only look at this LPAR by LPAR, but we can look for it by groups. So in this case, I have a group called Vegas, and I can actually say, here are the different LPARs within the Vegas group. Tell me if anything anywhere in the Vegas group has changed. I don't need to do it LPAR by LPAR, but I can do it by group and compare the Vegas group to the Hong Kong group or whatever group that I want to pick and I've established within ICEDirect. We also have the ability, as you can see here, we have the ability to set a standard. So for each group, this is creating a reference point where all of the LPARs within the group can be compared to the original standard. The standard could be the last IPL or the last build that was pushed out to those LPARs. And we're going to compare back to that original start point and tell us if something has varied from that standard that has been established. Sometimes people refer to this as drift. And again, it has the intelligence comparison in it. So it's only going to look for those common elements that should be consistent across all the different compare points. If they're unique, don't compare them. If they're common, do compare them and tell us they don't match the standard. So what ICEDirect is designed to do is to add the value to your logs and your blueprints created by the image focus product. We could do that through the VTEM application, which you're maybe used to if you're a customer already, or through the web interface if you want and use that. It can also be automated with additional new procs that are available within the integrity controls environment to analyze this data and to give you the results automatically. These new batch procs and batch jobs are available, and they're in addition to some already existing that you may or may not be aware of that do detections and monitorings on their own. So we have quite an extensive set of monitors and tools out there already looking at those, but they tend to be isolated LPAR by LPAR or at best a SYSPLEX by SYSPLEX. What we're talking about now is the ability to cross and combine multiple SYSPLEXes and multiple LPARs and do all the monitoring in collective fashion and automate it as well. The goal is to give you the most benefit you can possibly get from image focus and to make this easily interpreted by not only seasoned system and experienced system managers and system programmers, but perhaps people who are less experienced or not familiar with how to use the 3270 process in order to look at logs and detail and data, but instead are more browser oriented and are more familiar with clicking on icons and getting results. Both methods are available to you. Now there is a new web page out here. If you want to follow this link, that will give you more detail about ICEDirect. Please come out and take a look at it. It will talk more about how we've built this, what its capabilities are, far exceed what I've explained here so far. But it also gives you an invitation to come out for your own personalized demonstration of ICEDirect for yourself and for your organization. There's also additional webcasts available from NewEra software. One has to do with the zero trust architecture and DORA requirements that you may have. These are things that we can help with some of the other products within the integrity controls environment, in particular the product called the control editor in this case, and help you implement a solution to those set of requirements. But there's a great deal more there as well, and it also introduce interfaces into ICEDirect. And then we also have a new set of tools available to help you with validated boot. This is a new concept, although the IPL has been around forever. Now it's got a new brand, if you will, called Boot, which is an initialization process for LPARs and SYSPLEXes. And IBM has introduced this process called validated boot. We've been dealing with that for over 30 years. All of our products deal with that IPL structure and protecting it, measuring it, evaluating it, and making you aware of any risk or problems that deal with it. We've taken that knowledge and built in a set of tools that help you actually implement the validated boot within your organization. So these webcasts are also available to you. If you want to come out to either one of them, let us know. And again, from the webpage, there'll be invites to let you sign up for these different webcasts, or you can contact us directly at our homepage or by calling us on one of our phone numbers, or if you're international, contact one of our local distributors. Again, the distributors are listed on our website. So thank you for listening. All I wanted to do was introduce you. Please go take further action if you want. Contact us and we'll be glad to work with you. Bye, everybody. Thank you.